I am finally doing it. I am here to talk about Rewrite, a shockingly fascinating EXE, and all of that is true. Rewrite is shockingly fascinating. This weird 3D guy, this thing, this whatever it is something. So I'm here to talk about it. So let's not waste any time and get into it. Our story begins with a guy at a church making a computer program, well, more of a game, about God, a religious game. A lot of people start to get this game, and bad stuff starts to happen. People are being told to basically, I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, bad stuff is going on. And so the guy that created this decides to sit down with it, but it starts to get strange. It starts to talk to him, so the priest, which I should have stated that in the beginning, this guy is a priest, it says that it's God. He is horrified from this, so horrified that he immediately just dies right after. And this is where the story would sorta end, but there's a bit more to get into. We gotta talk about this game. This, for some reason, this game, or whatever it is, disguises itself, well I'm not gonna say disguise. It takes on the form of basically whatever you would want, and it's a Sonic game. And it's supposed to be a party one. There's actually a real video of what this is like. Actual gameplay, which could be animated, which if it is, it's quite impressive how they were able to give off the feeling of an actual video game here. If this is actually playable, I wouldn't mind seeing a playable version of this. I might play it, maybe not, but I'm not sure. So if you were to sit down and play this, Rewrite, or Sonic, would aggressively get, well, the game itself would get worse. Rewrite becomes more aware of what's going on and starts to realize his potential, what he could become. So, he just kills all of Sonic's friends and he harnesses people's souls. In the gameplay video, you get to see him kill Tails. Now, he might look friendly, but he's not. He has bad intentions, and he is clever, and I shouldn't forget to mention this. He is the digital manifestation of God. So your experience playing this game could get quite bad as it goes on. This guy will become more aware of what is going on, and will basically just turn into this, or whatever this thing is. So, I guess the cycle will just continue itself, or maybe he already knows what's going on. So, that is the story for right now. Pretty fascinatingly interesting concept we got here. This isn't groundbreaking, but I do like the concept here. A guy makes this weird religious program game, it just gets bad, this guy becomes more aware of what's going on. It is something. He is the digital manifestation of God, which isn't a new idea, but actual God. There is something going on here, and it's pretty cool that there's an actual 3D playable video game animation video of that, and there's actually more of them. And the overall feeling that this design has, well, I'll get into it a bit later, so we can now move on to the next segment. I am not going to be saying a lot here. We do have the cast of characters. Tails with a different color. He might actually have one tail. This Knuckles guy looks cool. I do like this fella out of all of them, and that is all. So Rewrite is able to do a few little things. He could like shapeshift, which is something you get to see in his FNF mod, where he debuted. He can sort of mess around with his limbs. His red bracelets are supposed to be the place where he keeps his souls, but the most important aspect of all, he can get into people's heads, and you can look at him differently. I think this is a pretty cool aspect to the character. Rewrite doesn't just have to be Sonic. Even the game itself could be something else. I am curious how the game functioned before all the Sonic stuff took it over. I didn't have much to say here, so let's finally get into the design. Rewrite's design gives off a feeling of creepiness and also friendliness. And I actually think the design does a good blend of this. Like, the more you look at it, it almost does look friendly, but you know that this guy does not have good intentions going on. He looks the closest to the actual Sonic, but has a few differences to him. Longer gloves with some cuffs going on, even near the shoes. He also has the red rings. I should not forget to bring that up. It's kind of like Yoshi's Story for me. I like that game, but it kind of creeps me out for some reason. It does a good blend between being friendly, but also creepy, and you could just see it going on here. I do like the aesthetic of when this happens to him. It starts to intensify on his creepiest aspect. And then we get into this, which I kind of like. I think it's just the face that's carrying it for me, and like the back spikes and ears. Overall, we got a good design here. So that is Rewrite. Just the fact that this guy could basically be anything that you would imagine, and the game itself could maybe be anything else, is something that piques my interest. So that is basically all, and I'll see you guys next time, and bye.